Hello everyone, welcome to our YouTube channel Logic Medico. Today's interesting topic is facial vein. If you're new to our channel, kindly consider subscribing to our channel and don't forget to press the thumbs up button showing that you like this video and share this video with your family and friends. Coming to the topic, facial vein. So what is the location of this facial vein? Of course, the answer is very simple. It is present in the face. So where does it form? How does it travel? What is the course of it? And where does it terminate? Let's see this. So this facial vein is formed at the medial angle of the eye. Medial angle of the eye. By the joining of two veins. Which are they? The supratrochlear and supraorbital vein. Supratrochlear vein drains the region of the forehead. Supraorbital vein drains the region of anterior part of the scalp, anterior quadrant of the scalp. Both these veins, supraorbital, supratrochlear vein, joins at the medial angle of the eye to form angular vein. This angular vein continues in the face as facial vein. So that marks the beginning of the facial vein. Coming to the course of the facial vein. The facial vein begins at the medial angle of the eye as a continuation of angular vein. It descends downwards and backwards, or we can tell posterior-inferiorly in the face in a much straighter course. It will be just posterior to the facial artery. Facial artery will be tortuous, okay, and it will be in front of facial vein. Facial vein descends obliquely like this in the face, downwards and backwards. At the anterior-inferior angle of the masseter, masseter is one of the muscle of mastication, it pierces the deep fascia of the neck to join with anterior division of the retromandibular vein. So that is a termination. So what happens to facial vein? Facial vein joins with the anterior division of retromandibular vein to form common facial vein. This common facial vein ends up in one big vein of the neck. It's called internal jugular vein. So that is the termination of facial vein. Coming to the tributaries of the facial vein. These two are the formative tributaries. The supratrochlear vein, supraorbital vein are the formative tributaries of facial vein. Along with angular vein, we can call. This vein over here on the lateral side of nose is called as lateral nasal vein. This draining the upper lip will be called as superior labial vein, whereas the other one draining the lower lip will be called as inferior labial vein. So these are the veins which forms the tributaries for this facial vein. They are like a river flowing into one big ocean. The ocean is facial vein. Ultimately, the great ocean is internal jugular vein. Coming to the communications of this facial vein. This facial vein is connected to the cavernous sinus by two routes. What are they? Number one, through the superior ophthalmic vein, it drains into the cavernous sinus. Superior ophthalmic vein is above the eyeball within the orbit. Then, through this vein called as deep facial vein, the facial vein is connected through it pierces buccinator. Then it ends up in a pterygoid venous plexus on the lateral pterygoid muscle. Then from there, emissary vein passes either through foramen ovale or foramen spinosum to end up in the cavernous sinus. So one via the superior ophthalmic vein, number two via deep facial vein and pterygoid venous plexus. Ultimately through emissary vein it reaches cavernous sinus. Coming to the important clinical aspect, the dangerous area of the face. The lowermost part of the dorsum of the nose, including the anterior inferior part of the nasal septum, and the upper lip, including the adjoining area from the angle of the mouth. If you draw one vertical line upwards, the adjoining area of the cheek, okay. So all these areas come under the dangerous area of face. Now why it's called the dangerous area of face? Infection of this area, that is the lowermost part of the nose or the nasal septum, anterior inferior area, the upper lip, and this anteriormost part of the cheeks. Infection of this area, because this facial vein is the largest vein and the vein is valveless, there is no valve, it will not regulate the blood flow either upwards or downwards, it's valveless. Because of that, the infection, if it reaches this facial vein, from these labial veins, can you see? Labial veins, lateral nasal vein, it can end up in facial vein. From here, from the facial vein, The infection can go via the deep facial vein, pterygoid venous plexus, emissary vein, and ultimately going to the cavernous sinus. It's a dural venous sinus present next to pituitary gland. So the infection can reach the meninges and the brain. From where? From the face. So that's why this area, infection of this area is called as, this area is therefore termed as dangerous area of face, because infection of this area can result in spread of infection to the brain and meninges via these set of veins. All these veins are valveless: facial vein, deep facial vein, pterygoid venous plexus, emissary vein, ultimately to cavernous sinus, thereby causing meningitis and encephalitis. So in summary, facial vein is the largest vein of the face. It's a valveless vein. It is just posterior to the facial artery. It begins at the medial angle of the eye by the fusion of supraorbital vein, supratrochlear vein by forming angular vein. It continues downwards and backwards as the facial vein. Here it terminates by joining with anterior division of the retromandibular vein into the internal jugular vein by forming itself common facial vein. So facial vein will become common facial after joining with anterior division of retromandibular vein. The tributaries include the angular vein, the formative tributaries, supratrochlear, supraorbital, lateral nasal vein, superior labial, inferior labial vein. These are the tributaries. Communication includes through the superior ophthalmic vein into the cavernous sinus, through the deep facial vein, pterygoid venous plexus, emissary vein into the cavernous sinus. The clinical importance includes dangerous area of the face, because infection of this area of the face can spread to the cavernous sinus, causing meningitis and encephalitis. Kindly consider subscribing to the channel and don't forget to press the thumbs up button. Share this video with your family and friends. Thank you for learning from Logic Medico. Thank you once again.